is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about what happened to me when I was younger. About something else that happened to me when I was younger. You guys know about the other shit that happened in the past that happened to me when I was younger. This is something also that happened to me, when I was younger. I was picked on a lot by my older cousins as a child. So I thought you guys might wanted to hear this. But before we get into that video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. That way you guys always know what I post and you're never left out of the loop. So, summertime. My cousins would always, come to our house for the summertime, right? So, one summer, we fucked around and got a pool, right? So, my older cousin and my sister, these two were involved in this one. We decided to get in the pool, right? But before we got in the pool, we decided to play around the house like we always do. Like we weren't supposed to do when we were younger. We were not supposed to be doing this shit when we were younger. So my parents had couches in their in the nice living room, and we used to rock back and forth. We used to rock back and forth on the couches, right? We would do that every single day. Eventually the couch tore a hole in the top of it. I don't know if my parents actually know why the couch always had a hole in the top. But yes, it came from us rocking on the couch, and then one of us like dug in it or we held on too tight or something, and it just ripped a hole in it. So, that was the usual. We do that every day. But this day, we did it, and we was like, you know what? Let's go get in the pool, y'all. It's hot outside, right? So, we go get in the pool, and then Leia and my cousin walked in the house. And so I was left out there. So I'm like, what's taking them so long? So I decided to go in the house. I get rushed. Like they was grabbing me and threw me up against the wall. Next thing I know, I forgot who got me down, but they stripped me down, threw me outside with no clothes on. Can y'all believe that shit? They took my clothes off and threw me outside and closed the garage. They locked all the doors and closed the garage door. Can you believe that shit? So I'm like, oh my God, like y'all really just did this to me? So I'm banging on the garage door, like, yo, let me in. A goddamn car was coming up the street. I don't think they saw me. They definitely saw my ass. Like, they definitely saw that shit. I don't think they saw nothing else though. It's kind of weird that he slowed down though. I guess he's wondering what the hell was going on with that house. But I'm knocking on the sliding glass door. I'm banging on the garage. I fucked around and went to the front door and started knocking. So eventually, they let me in. But that's some traumatizing shit. How you get thrown outside of your house, your own house, with no clothes on? That was like the icing on the cake of the shit that happened to me when I was young. That shit right there. Another thing was, I think a couple days later, we were eating ramen noodles. And there was like 4 or 5 packs opened up on the counter of the beef flavor. And then Leia and Asa, that's who it was, Asa, blamed it on me that I was opening oodles noodles packs and just eating the seasoning out of it. What? Bro, okay. That's how it did. Asa was older than both of us. So it was obviously him that was opening the shit, and then they decided to gang up on me and blame it on me. Now that we're older, I'm gonna tell it like it was, because I know it was you. Because we don't do that shit. We don't eat 4 or 5 packs of oodles and noodles and leave it all over the counter. That's not something we do. So I got my ass whipped for that for nothing. After I sat there and said, that wasn't me, and then Dad was like, oh, well, who was it? It obviously wasn't me, motherfucker. Like, first of all, that's disgusting. Like, I don't like beef oodles and noodles anyway. So he should have known that from jump. I only eat the chicken kind. But they ganged up on me for that too. Also, we could have got ourselves hurt. We could have got our asses whipped. We could have put a hole in the wall for this. We used to take pillows and ride them down the steps. I don't know if anybody else used to do that. It was at least 17, 20 steps. We would get like our pillows that we sleep on, get on like a sleigh, and fly down the steps. That's the shit we used to do when we were younger. That shit used to be so fun. Like, I can't believe I forgot about that. And then our cousin Naomi came over one day, and we threw her down the steps. That was like fucked up. That was fucked up. We just threw her down the steps. She let go of it. She let go of the pillow. We said hold on to it, and she just let go. She held on to like the first 2 steps, and then it was downhill from there. Another time, this was when me and my brother and my sister, it was us 3 at this time. My mom made some brisket crap. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, brisket is probably the worst thing I've ever tasted. The worst meat I've ever tasted. Like, I like chicken, beef, steak, and all that other stuff. But brisket is by far the worst thing I have ever tasted. And let me tell you why. My mom made it one night in the crock pot. It was some new ingredient. I don't know if she thought this was gonna taste good because it looked good on the shelf. But she went to a Bible study or church one night or to get her hair done. And, you know, she said dinner was in the crock pot, it'll be done soon. So, come dinner time, we're like, what is this? This look okay. We're eating it, like I said, the worst thing I ever tasted. So we just sat there. Me and my brother and sister, we just sat there at the table for like hours. Then my dad was like, y'all been at that table a little too long. Like what's going on? We were like, it's nasty. He was like, no, it's not. It ain't nasty. Y'all just don't want to eat. So he was like, I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes to clean y'all plate. If not, that must mean y'all want some more. What type of shit is that? He said that must mean y'all want some more. So it was like, dude, what the fuck? So like 5 minutes go by, and I ate a little bit. It was disgusting. DJ was actually eating it the most. You was actually eating it the most.
I was?
You was eating it the most. So he looked back. He was like, "Oh, y'all still not done?" So he goes and gives us more. So by this time, like, he caught us like 3 or 4 times. So we just had to keep eating that nasty shit. So I think the last time, like, I think my stomach or my body just had enough. I throw the food up all over the plate. And I was so scared of getting my ass whipped. I kept eating it. Like, I kept eating. Leia was gagging. DJ, I guess, was forcing it. But that was it. I proceeded to keep eating because I didn't want to get my ass whipped. I was at the table long enough. Like, I wanted to get up. So my dad turned around. He was like, oh. What did he say? He was like, oh, D, what you throwing up for? What you make yourself throw up for? He was mad because he thought I was playing. He thought we were at the table lying because we didn't want to eat or something. So then he finally gets up and goes eat it. He was like, oh, this nasty, y'all can throw in trash. Why the fuck didn't he do that in the first place? He sat there and made us eat all that nasty shit, and then at the last minute he goes, oh, this nasty, y'all can throw it in trash. How about to throw your motherfucking ass in the motherfucking trash? Oh God, I was pissed. Do you hear me? My first time sneaking out. My first time sneaking out the house, right? Let me see. I was in middle school, and I had a little friend that lived in my neighborhood. She lived like a little ways down, right? So at nighttime, you know, I would sneak out and go see her. This one particular time, my uncle was dating her mom, right? So, you know, I thought it was cool. Like, yo, my uncle date your mom and not date you. So, you know, that'd be cool. It was like 10, 11 o'clock at night one night. I snuck out and I see him there. I was like, I know that's not my uncle right there. Like, I just know it's not. So, you know, I was like, I should probably go home. I shouldn't be here because I know he gonna snitch on me. So, I knocked on the door. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Knocked on the door. I was like, hey, what's up, what you doing here? He looked at me like, what you doing here, right? So, you know, that all played out. The next day, my dad came to me pissed. D, where was you at last night? I was like, in the house. He I had a feeling like he knew. Like I knew that he knew I was lying, but I think, you know, he just tested me. He just tested me and I failed royally. Yeah, he already had a look on his face like he already knew what the fuck I was. All I had to do was just say it. But I lied. So like in the house. So I'll have to bump into that.
it's a blur today. I don't know what happened. I know I got my ass whipped, but I forget what happened after that. But yeah, he goes, oh well, why your uncle call me and say you was here last night? Huh? Huh? Out of my face. So I got my ass whipped for that. Sneak out the house. That was my first time. Like I kept doing it. Like it was like it was like before he found out, I would always sneak out the house. Got my ass up royally. Bottom line, sneaking out the house for the first time in the bed. I should probably be dead. So those are just a few things other shit that I did when I was younger. Dumb shit. It's all the dumb shit we do when we're younger that we look back and laugh on it. You know? But that's it. That's all I got to say about today. That's all I got to say about this video. I'll see y'all next time.